Welcome back to the Pure Motivation Podcast. You know, sometimes you just need a little bit of a kick in the pants to get you going.
Yeah.
And we're going to dive into that feeling today.
Okay.
We had a video, it's called Dream by Mateusz M.
Mm-hmm.
This one is all about chasing those big goals, and he does not hold back.
No.
Just a heads up, he uses some strong language in the video.
Okay.
Kind of think of it like a really intense workout for your motivation.
It's definitely high energy.
Yeah.
It is. And I think what's interesting is how he really confronts the kind of the harder parts about chasing your dreams.
Mm.
He doesn't shy away from it. You know, he doesn't pretend it's going to be easy.
Right.
But I think that makes it even more powerful.
Totally. He comes right out and says there will be pain, disappointment,
Yeah.
times you'll want to quit. We often hear about the highlight reel of success.
Right.
But he's really showing us the behind-the-scenes grind.
Yeah. And I think that's really crucial for actually achieving those dreams. You know, he says, the rough times are going to come, but they have not come to stay. They have come to pass.
Wow.
It's really powerful. And I think recognizing that struggle is part of the process, not a sign you're doing it wrong, can be really motivating.
It's like he's giving you permission to not be perfect all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What really stood out to you in how he helps people develop that kind of resilience?
Well, he really leans heavily on believing in yourself, almost like a mantra. He says, it's very important for you to believe that you are the one. Now, repeating affirmations alone won't get you there, but it does connect to the psychological concept called self-efficacy.
Okay.
And that is essentially your belief in your ability to succeed.
Right.
And research has shown that this is a major predictor of actually achieving your goals.
So it's not just positive thinking, it's believing you have the skills to back it up.
Exactly.
I remember when I was first starting this podcast, my self-efficacy was pretty low.
Yeah.
But each episode we made, each positive review we got, it helped build that belief.
It's a cycle,
Yeah.
and he really taps into that. And
Yeah.
he even challenges the idea that we should settle for a comfortable life.
Right.
He says most people, they raise a family, they earn a living, and then they die. They stop growing.
Wow.
So he's pushing you to think bigger,
Yeah.
you know, to keep reaching.
That's where stepping outside your comfort zone comes in, right? It's like he's saying comfort can lead to stagnation. You need to be willing to try new things, fail, learn, and grow.
Right, and that ties into another key theme, confronting fear.
Oh, yeah.
He talks about the fear of failure, which I think is pretty relatable.
Yeah.
And then also the fear of success.
Yeah, the fear of success is a tricky one.
It is.
It makes you wonder, what happens if you actually reach your goals?
Yeah.
What if things change in ways you didn't expect?
Right.
How do you deal with that?
Well, he seems to address that indirectly by urging you to invest in yourself. He says, if you want to be more successful, I'm asking you to invest in you, invest in your mind. And that could be building your skills, your knowledge, even your support network.
Right.
All things that can help you navigate the changes that success might bring.
Absolutely. And speaking of investing in yourself, if you're listening to this conversation and you feel like it's sparking some ideas, head over to puremotivationpodcast.com.
Yes.
We've got tons of resources there, book recommendations, tips on building positive habits,
It's all there.
all sorts of things to help you on your journey.
Now back to the video. After urging you to invest in yourself, he gets really specific about the people you surround yourself with.
Okay.
And his language is strong.
Oh, yeah.
He says, get the losers out of your life if you want to live your dream.
That's definitely a quote that makes you pay attention.
It does.
Yeah. It does make you think about the impact of your social circle.
Absolutely. Now, while his wording might be harsh, the underlying message is about surrounding yourself with people who support your growth.
Right.
And this doesn't necessarily mean cutting people out of your life.
Right.
But it does mean being mindful of who you spend your time with and what energy they bring to your journey.
So instead of losers, maybe you think of it as separating yourself from negative influences.
Right.
You need people who inspire you, who challenge you, and who celebrate your wins.
Exactly. He really drives that point home when he says, it's necessary that you align yourself with people and attract people into your business who are hungry, people who are unstoppable and unreasonable.
Wow.
He's advocating for building a tribe of people who share your ambition and drive.
Yeah.
So it's like he's saying, build a team of champions, you know, not a support group for settling.
Yeah.
That's really powerful. He also pushes back against the idea of conforming to what other people expect of you.
He has this great line. He says, you will never, ever be the best copycat in the world, but you will be the best you could be. It reminds me of that saying, comparison is the thief of joy.
Exactly. It's about recognizing your unique value.
Yeah.
And he even challenges you directly. He says, I challenge you to define your value, that everyone won't see it, that everyone won't join you.
Right.
He's preparing you for the fact that not everyone's going to understand your vision.
And that can be really tough, especially when you're looking for validation early on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like he's saying your worth isn't determined by who gets it.
Right.
It's about what you bring to the table.
And he connects that to taking ownership of your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
He reminds you, if it's going to happen, it's up to them.
Oh, wow.
And that them he's referring to, it's you.
Yeah.
No more waiting for permission or the perfect circumstances. It's about taking action.
Taking action, yeah.
Even if it's a small step.
And that first step could be anything.
Right.
It doesn't have to be this huge, life-altering leap.
It could be signing up for a class.
Yeah.
Making a phone call, or even just like writing down your goals.
Right.
What matters is that you break through the inertia, that feeling of being stuck.
Yeah.
And then he goes on to paint this inspiring picture of the impact you can have.
Okay.
He says, you can make your parent proud, you can make your school proud, you can touch millions of people's lives, and the world will never be the same again because you came this way.
It's so motivating. It reminds me of the ripple effect.
Yeah.
Even small actions can have a big impact. And when you're pursuing your dreams, you kind of inspire other people to do the same.
He's emphasizing that your dreams aren't just about you.
Yeah.
It's about the contribution you make to the world.
Right.
And of course, he acknowledges that there will be setbacks along the way.
There's this line, it gets me every time. He says, what if we had that kind of attitude that causes repossession, nobody believes in you, you've lost again and again and again, the lights are cut off, but you still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day and saying to yourself, it's not over until I win.
Wow.
I get chills every time I hear that.
He's painting such a vivid picture of perseverance.
Yeah.
It's like no matter how many times you get knocked down,
Yep.
you get back up. That's the grit
Yeah.
that separates those who achieve their dreams from those who just dream about them.
That's where the growth mindset comes in, right?
Exactly.
Instead of seeing failures as the end way,
Right.
you see them as opportunities to learn and get better.
He's not just saying never give up. He's outlining the mental toughness it takes to keep going when things get really tough.
Right.
And that brings us back to the importance of investing in yourself. He really doubles down on that point later in the video. He even gets specific about some ways to invest in your mind.
Okay.
He urges viewers to go to conferences, to be alone, to spend an hour to get to know yourself. He's encouraging you to seek out new knowledge, to reflect on your values, to prioritize personal growth.
That self-reflection piece is so important.
It is.
In a world that's constantly demanding our attention, it's easy to lose sight of who we are and what we truly want.
He seems to be saying, create space for yourself to think,
Yeah.
to process, to connect with your inner voice.
Right.
Only then can you truly define your own value and pursue your dreams authentically.
He even challenges viewers to get to the place where people do not like you or do not even bother you no more why. Because you are not concerned to make them happy.
Yeah, it's a provocative statement for sure.
Yeah.
But I think what he's getting at is the freedom that comes with letting go of the need for external validation.
Right.
When you're secure in your own values and purpose, you don't need everyone to approve of your choices.
It's about having the courage to be yourself, even if it means not fitting in.
And he reminds you that all of this self-investment, all of this inner work is useless if you don't take action.
Right.
He circles back to that key message. If you're still talking about your dream, if you're still talking about your goals, but you have not done anything, just take the first step.
He brings it full circle, emphasizing that action is the bridge between dreaming and achieving.
It is.
And for our listeners who are ready to take that step to dive deeper into these ideas, we have a ton of resources waiting for you at puremotivationpodcast.com.
We've got book recommendations, practical tips, inspiring stories, and a whole community of people who are on this journey with you.
It's all there. We're all in this together. And as Mateusz M so powerfully reminds us, it's not over until you win.
That's right.
Thanks for listening to the Pure Motivation Podcast.